beautiful morning to talk sport right here on Dominion Television, your channel of choice. This is Dominion Sport, where we talk all things sport right here on the go, from the local front to the international scene, and we have so much to dish out to you. The WAFCON is very much ongoing. First round of games are over. I will be discussing about that on the show. Also, we're looking straight into the Commonwealth as Team Nigeria are making gold, definitely bringing the honors back home. Also, be giving you updates from the camp of Shooting Stars and making the rounds in the world of transfer. All this and more right here on the show. I am Paul Abe Toluwanimi, and I'm not alone in the studio. I have Sanuruddin Alimi joining me to talk sport right here on the go. Top of the morning to you, Sanuruddin, and it looks like you're done in the blue jersey. Reminds me of Shooting Star Football Club.
Yes, I have to fly the clothes of my club. It's just nice to be back again. Good morning to Toluwanimi, good morning to Abiba. It's nice to be back here again, and it's chilly out there. The cold is doing its own, and we have to dish out sports stories and news going around in the world of sports to them. And we have transfers to talk about. We have WAFCON tournament going on. First round of matches over, like you said. We have outgoings and incoming in several teams. Coaches, dominoes moving on around. And in Europe, teams are resuming back to training. Lots of friendlies are going on, and behind closed door friendlies as well. And it's just nice to be back here again, and we're looking forward to the weekend. So
all right,
let's talk about sports and
beautiful. All right, let's take stories from the camp of Shooting Stars. As Shooting Stars Sport Club has reached an agreement with Scotland Football Club of Zimbabwe for permanent transfer of Tijani Aliamin for an undisclosed fee, and we thank Aliamin for his commitment and professionalism and contributions to the club, and wish him every success in the next chapter of his career. This news broke yesterday, and I felt it in a certain way. This one man that rose to prominent and gave defensive stability to the heart of Shooting Stars defense. But I think it's just a way to go for him.
Yes, definitely you have to move on, and it's not so much pleasing to the fans and everyone watching that season. He earned himself loads of nicknames from the stands.
There's a name I don't want
to you can't say it on here. So it was nice to watch him play for Shooting Stars, and good luck to him in his endeavors. He was one of the outstanding players in the art of defense. Yes, he came into the game early last season, was promoted from the youth team down to the senior team last season, and he took his place in the team, got the bragging rights to be at the art of the defense for Shooting Stars, both in home games and away games, and definitely, like we said, he was one of the most improved and outstanding players for Shooting Stars last season. They've lost their man, and but still have loads of players in their coffers, and they still have the whole of the transfer window to look for replacements or promote another gem from the academy, just like they did for Tijani Aliamin. But was a fantastic player. It was fantastic to see him play for Shooting Stars, and good luck to him in his future endeavors.
All right. Also, we got the report that Ayobami Jr. also, left the club already, and that's the update we are getting. I think is I don't want to say max exodus, but some quality of players leaving the club. But when you look at what they've been able to bring in, also, I think is like for like replacement.
Yes, they're getting their replacement when they are doing their business as well, and doing it as early as possible to avoid misconstructions in their camp. So they're doing their things well. Business outgoings are going. We've confirmed that Ayobami for a while, and we're just looking for official declaration and all to happen. And he's been officially announced by his new club right there in Africa, and it's nice to see him progress and move. He's gone out of the country before to source his trade elsewhere, and he's come back to Shooting Stars. Now he has the chance to move, and he was a standard player in the NPFL last season, having the highest amount of assists, and not just the assists alone. His beautiful displays on the field of play were part of the reasons why a lot of people in NRC voted him as the Shooting Stars player of the year last season. And so good one for him. He has a chance to express his talent elsewhere, bigger opportunity for him, and definitely you won't say no to such opportunity. Better welfare. That is why we need to improve the quality of the NPFL. We shouldn't get our best players being snatched up by teams from the African continent just like that. A lot of these countries have better footballing infrastructures than us. That's why you get to see standard players like Tijani Aliamin, Ayobami Jr., a host of other players from several clubs take their trade elsewhere to try and find things for themselves in the financial market.
All right, that's the update. Let's move straight to Remo Stars camp as an agreement complete for Lumide Aji Bolade as the new Remo Stars head coach. The Golden Eaglet assistant coach accepted the opportunity to move up pecking orders from beyond limit. The premier target throughout wanted by Remo Stars club as the club looks to return to its youthful policy, which long term won them the league title. The tactician joined the club in 2019 as under 17 coach and later led Beyond Limit to 5 TCC league titles, 2 TCC Cups, NLO and NLL promotions, and the MPFL championship. He also won the Viarigo Cup in 2024 and the Goita Cup in 2025 and 2026. Let me inform you that Olumide appointment reflects Remo Stars' commitment for growth from within the camp. That's the update we are getting from Remo Stars. I think this is a way in order to go for Remo Stars.
Yes, definitely. They're one of the best run clubs in the country. What happened last season on the field was cumulatively surprising for a lot of people, and you understand sometimes empires crumble and things need to change. So that was what happened last season, and now they've gone back inwards, gone back to the drawing board. They are trying to fix their mistakes, and you read out his accolades. He's one man that has done well for himself in terms of his resume, has loads of triumphs in his victory, and understands the youthful system Remo Stars seems to project to the world. We saw the performances of Beyond Limit last season. They were close to getting the MPFL ticket for this season, but things went the way they went, and they were unfortunately for Beyond Limits, they were not able to get the ticket. So now that they are back, the senior team, Remo Stars, are back in the NLO. They need to look for a way to get back, and look who's the better candidate than Olumide to steer the ship backward and take them to the promised land. He understands the club's philosophy. He's been with the youth players who they will probably use to prosecute this coming season in the NNL.
Yeah.
So definitely he's going to rejuvenate the side, mix the young blood and the experienced players together, and get that. I'm sure they are taking a giant strength towards getting back into the MPFL as soon as possible. They're a big name in the southwestern part of the country when it comes to football, and in Nigerian football in general. Like I said, they have one of the best infrastructures, one of the best run club sides, both from the administrative point of view and on the on-field situation. So last season went the way it went, and we need a different Remo Stars back in the MPFL come 2 seasons to come.
All right, that's the update from the camp of Remo Stars. More update from that. Definitely we'll be serving you all of the juicy premium exclusive story coming through from the local front. Let's take more stories. This is coming through from WAFCON. As the Super Falcons of Nigeria, Sanuruddin was quite supportive of Super Falcons of Nigeria, but that did not happen. The Chiwanga sisters, had other things in plan for them. Now, before that, I just want us to take a dive straight to the current situation of the attendance of the WAFCON. It's been in shambles. You can count, if you are watching on TV, actually, you can count how many fans are in the stadium. Now, is this a structural problem on the CAF, and what needs to be done, Sanuruddin?
A lot of things cumulatively has led us to where we are right now. This competition was supposed to take 2 months ago.
That was before the World Cup?
That was before the World Cup. And the logistics problem, the problem from the AFCON 2026, I'm sorry, the court cases and all, Morocco pulling out in the last minute, other countries trying to save face for CAF, but they couldn't sort it out before that time, and it was eventually shifted to when it started on Sunday. Now, logistics problems, administrative problems, a host of other things has led us to where we are, and I think the blame is actually on CAF. A host of these fans or spectators we expect in the stadium had their plans for 2 months ago, and I don't think loads of them will get reimbursements from hotels, from travel agencies, from flight attendants and all back into their account. So the world has moved on from when it was supposed to happen to now. But the question now goes to what were the things put in place by CAF to get people that were supposed to attend the tournament as at that time down to the stadium? They don't have anything to say to us about it. There are no free visas to entice fans to come to the stadium, and experiences of people with the hosting nation, Morocco, I think has also been a part of why there is apathy from fans in the stadium. Because you won't go where you are not invited or where you are not wanted. Even players that are supposed to play in the tournament are complaining about theft, racism, a host of other things. So the hosting nation, the host nation has their own problem. CAF has their problem, and cumulatively African football in general needs to change.
I agree.
On the European scene, you see the amount of fans, male, female, children, adults, who go to stadiums to watch European women's football, friendlies, Nations League, name it. You see fans in the stadium. This is enabled by the administrators and the government and hosting or the host nation. So why not come together and fix that part of? Because we complain about no buzz on social media, no buzz on TV, no one is talking about the WAFCON. A lot of things are the reasons why. The nation that is hosting, they are not friendly to visitors. Nobody wants to go to a tourist attraction site where they are not welcome. The administrators are not putting things in place to attract fans to the stadium. Nations that have their countries, they should have the capacity to bring fans. We are in the same continent. 4 or 5 hour flights, 2-hour buses should convey people down to the stadium or training networks.
I want to ask you quickly, Sanurudin. So what's the benefit of Morocco right now? Because, if you say you're hosting, at least, you're looking at getting revenue from, ticket sales, and all of that is not happening. That's one. Now, secondly, if Nigeria is to host this WAFCON, are we going to get the same attendance we are seeing right now at the WAFCON currently? And is this a financial problem of African teams, or just like you said, is it a structural problem on the CAF?
Financial problem and structural problems. For Nigeria to host this tournament, first off, we need infrastructures, and I don't think we have that in abundance yet.
So if we have the 3 listed CAF stadiums in Nigeria, and so I'm saying, are we going to have attendance, than what we are seeing right now in Morocco?
Definitely. The Moroccans shot themselves in the leg. If they had allowed the euphoria of the 2026 AFCON translate into the success of the 2026 WAFCON, definitely I think there won't be problems. But what happened post-match, all through the tournament during the AFCON, right from December to the end in January, opened a lot of people to several negatives about the country, and definitely nobody wants to go where they are not welcome. So they have to blame themselves for pulling out close to the end and not allowing CAF give the hosting rights to other countries who already are willing to save face for the African continent as at that point. So the Moroccans have themselves to blame for a part of the blame to take for the low turnout. You've not made your environment friendly enough for people to come around. You said you are going to pull out of hosting African tournaments, yet you are still submitting bids to host tournaments in the future. So that's on the side of Morocco, but the administrators as well, they need to gear other nations to come around. And another thing I think that can influence this is people are tired of going to Morocco. The past 3 or 4 showpiece tournaments have been held,
Morocco,
including CAF Champions League and Confederations Cup, the finals and all. The representation has always gone to the North African side of the country. So definitely Moroccans would blame themselves for pulling out 2 months ago. They have to face the revenue costs and all they will get from it. And if, going by what they said, they don't want African football again, then they should source for their funding or source for tournaments elsewhere on the continent. And for administrators at CAF, they need to place subtle arrangements, subsidies, or ways and incentives to get fans to the stadium. We see loads of things the United States of America, Mexico, and Canada put in place just to get fans, despite the immigration battles and all that went on in the background. So I think we need to come together and rearrange our sports. Government officials who are in charge of these agencies should try and implement better structures, get fans educated about what their importance is in stadiums for games, and improve the optics of the game in Africa.
All right, let's move away from that and let's talk about the game for the Super Falcons against Malawi, the debutant in this competition. That did not pan out for them as we expected. Now, is this a tactical problem? And people talk about less preparation also. People are saying they want this defeat to go on and not see them even get a World Cup ticket. Maybe that would change the system in the glass house. And all of this put together, for you, Sanurudin, what exactly went wrong in this game for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Remember, we read out the statement from Justin Madugu saying that they are not going to see the Malawi as underdogs. I mean, we're going to play them like we are playing, maybe the likes of South Africa and, Zambia. But at the end of the day, the Chiwanga sisters had other things in plan for the Super Falcons of Nigeria.
They didn't click that day. The Super Falcons didn't click, and I think the coach got his starting lineup wrong a bit. I'm sorry, maybe he saw something different in the training ground, but I think the starting 11 on that day were part of the problems. And I think Nando's positioning for those 3 goals were very wrong. Lapse in concentration, probably, but we know on a good day, the side that prosecuted the game for the Falcons that day would defeat any other side any other day on a good day. It didn't come to play for them, and the Malawians took charge of that, changed the narrative of the game, took it away from the Falcons. They had a chance to get back into the game after getting one back through Rashida Ajibade, but they came back again and they were resilient, and rightfully so. They were the better team in front of goal. They got the goal that won the game, and that's the end of the match for the Falcons. So going into the next game, they need to go back to the drawing board, like I always say. A lot of things were wrong in that game. The defense looked shaky. I don't think that's the best defensive setup we can utilize.
Come up with.
Alozie played in a different position than a natural position. I think that affected the flow of the game for the Falcons. They were unable to build from the back. And like I mentioned again, the goalkeeping department, Nandozie, maybe she needs to have a sit down, get someone else from the bench, stand in place. Maybe that's going to bring her up to speed. And as well, the preparations leading up to the tournament was very poor from the Falcons. The Malawans knew what they were going up against. Dominant force, current champions, record holders of the tournament. So definitely the preparations from them, and they looked like they wanted it more than the girls that day. Maybe it's a wake-up call, but we've been in this position several times. Draw or lose in the first, and we bring out our calculators, and at the end of the day, we get to see the Falcons in the semi-final stages of the competition. So I'm not saying that as a pushover for what has happened. We need to fix the problems that are inherent in our system. We speak about preparations every time. Yes, the girls come, they are professionals, they are excellent at what they do. They find a way to make things work every time we put them to the test. Individually, yes. But right now, I think we need a total overhaul of the system. Preparations for these girls, get them proper welfare, put them in proper hotels, and health insurance, like I always say, is very important for athletes. Get them the proper ones, put them on the level of professionals everywhere in the world. And I think we'll get better from our girls, and our coaching department also needs a rejig. We need to retrain our coaches or get better professionals who have a higher level of intelligence to try and manage games when their tactics from the onset changes around. Because Madugu looked clueless on the touchline that day, even with the foray of stars that he has on the pitch.
Nothing tactical was on that pitch.
He didn't know what to do and what to say to the players to try and counter the offensive of the Malawians. We hope that changes between now and the tournament, and I don't think anyone wants to see the Super Falcons miss out on the ticket to the World Cup.
Because the next game is quite important.
Very important.
They're facing Zambia.
I trust the Falcons.
All right. The same trust you gave them in the first game.
Yes, you would always back them because of what they've done, and you're always good at your last game. I agree, but what happened in the last game is a blip. It happens every time. Maybe they needed the wake-up call. They were on high horses. We were on high horses. We expected a dominant display from them, and the Malawians said, "No, you guys are not getting what you want. You're not getting what everyone is expecting of us. We're going to show you a different side to our game." And definitely, they now know what is on their hands. If they fail to get maximum points in the next game, then it's become a big problem for them to get into the direction of the competition. So definitely, you expect a different side from them. And I know they are back on the training pitch now, trying to fine-tune one or two things that would get them right and get the things right for them in the next matches.
All right, that's the update from the game against the Super Falcons of Nigeria and Malawi. Let's look at match day 1 result already, where Algeria picked up victory against Senegal, Morocco against Kenya, South Africa against Tanzania 2-1. Thank you, my producer. We have Cote d'Ivoire against Burkina Faso 4-1. We have Zambia against Egypt 6-0. Malawi against Nigeria, 3-2. Ghana picking up the victory. The Black winning that one. The Black Queens winning that one, 2-0 against Cape Verde, and Cameroon against Mali, 2-1. Those are the match day results. One for you to enjoy, and other things. Now quickly, another thing before we move on and wrap up the show swiftly. Something happened. The Egyptians, war. Come on.
That's part of the administrative
problem we're having.
These things,
you should not be wearing a 7-star jersey.
There is nowhere in the world where the successes of the men's national team.
Nobody's calling the bluff for this.
They submitted this to CAF before the competition. They okayed it before
even FIFA rejected the jersey when Egypt wanted to wear it at the World Cup.
I don't understand.
It's not a World Cup jersey.
I don't understand how we do things in Africa, but the North Americans seem to get away with a host of things, and this is one of them. We've raised concern over time, but I think when it comes to the world stage now, I think we would do things better or do things differently. The successes, no matter where you are in the world, the successes of the men's team doesn't translate to that of the females team. So definitely there has to be two separate jerseys.
I agree.
The Egyptians don't have any WAFCON trophy, and you have 7 stars, on your crest. It doesn't work anywhere in the world. This same jersey wasn't approved by the FIFA body leading up to the World Cup, and CAF deemed it fit to say, okay, let's allow this move on. So it's not right, and I think we need to change a lot of things. We talk about things that happen on the field of play, disgraceful most times, but it also stems from the administrative block. We need to get things right in the glass house, in every offices of our footballing parastatals. Then we can move forward. But we'll see
this.
If we still keep doing mediocre things like this, allowing jerseys that are not supposed to fly, using same jerseys for the male national team, yes, they maintain the same design, but the successes of things that come with the
it's just like the Super Eagles now should put on the
10 stars saying
because
and even for club football, the men's teams don't the success of the men's team doesn't translate to that of, there are two different organizations, two different competitions these teams are playing, and they have to occupy different jerseys. Because Arsenal won the Premier League last season doesn't equate to the Arsenal women putting the Premier League crest on.
It shouldn't be.
And they won't become defending champions for no reason. So I think we need to do better in our administrative offices. Things like this should not get to the fore. We shouldn't come to the media to disgrace ourselves before we give ourselves wake-up calls. And we hope they listen. We keep calling their attention to things that are not right, and we hope they find better solutions to what's going on in our footballing and sports in general in Africa.
All right, that's the update when it comes to the WAFCON. We'll be serving you more of that right here on the go. Now, quickly, as we wrap up the show, a world record and historic debut right there. Yesterday, 2 honors goes to Goodness Nwachukwu and Jessica Orji. It reminds me of Jessica Osuji, the one that talks about right here. For the standard performance yesterday, Goodness Nwachukwu produced the throw of her career to win gold in the women's 442 44 F61 64 discus. She saved her best for last, throwing a remarkable 39.66 meter to break her own F42 world record and secure the Commonwealth title. Jessica Orji won a brilliant silver medal in the women's shot put on her international debut for Nigeria. The 19-year-old produced a best throw of 17.87 meter to finish second, becoming the first Nigerian woman to win a Commonwealth Games shot put medal since 2006. I think it's fantastic to see, that update from the 19-year-old and the record holder, Goodness Nwachukwu. It's just amazing.
It's amazing for us, and I like that we are moving back to the Kadem Young situation. We spoke about teenagers all around the world. In the world of tennis right now, a host of teenagers are doing fantastic things. Formula One, Kimi Antonelli is a very young guy, getting his feet in the game. And if these youngsters can do it elsewhere in the world, why not from Africa, why not from Nigeria especially? And this 19-year-old Orji Jessica, she's shown us what it takes. Last time out, 19. Yes, wow. Teenagers are doing fantastic things everywhere in the world. So definitely, if you're a teenager right now, you can pick a cue from these youngsters and excel in whatever you are doing and get yourself a name. Congratulations to Jessica, congratulations to Nigeria, and I'm looking for a share of our money she's getting from.
Yeah, I think the only person getting an huge share right now, aside from the promised one, was His Goodness Nwachukwu. The NSC has promised an extra $10,000, to that.
Yeah, here we go with
dollars. Here we go again. So let's just move past that because of our time. Now, quickly, the man we know when it comes to the throws. We're talking shot put throw. Chukwuebuka, Onwa Kwechi, one throw straight qualification into the final. We're expecting that, and it's going to be in the final. We are hoping that it gets a medal. Now, quick one, let me inform you quickly that Eddie Howe is set to part ways with Newcastle with immediate effect. The big development expected at Newcastle with decision to change. Talks already in place for his replacement. Matthias Yassel topped the candidates and then Van talk to become the Newcastle head coach. Quickly, within a few seconds.
Shocking development for me, and you would understand why.
I think it's just time for me.
Yes, that's why I said it's shocking for me. It's coming at this point. I expected them to have done this earlier, maybe at the close of last season, but since they didn't come up with it, now they want to do it. They're moving into the month of August, 3 weeks to the beginning of the new tournament, and we want to change head coaches. But that's a decision for the owners, and I think they've stuck with Eddie Howe long enough. He's been with them through the rebuild process since the new money from Saudi Arabia came into the affairs of Newcastle, and he's done his bit, taking them to the Champions League. He's won I think he won the
FA
Cup with Castle as well. So definitely he's been a success. But last season the performances were shambolic. The defensive structure we knew from Newcastle was missing, and now he's lost one of his best players, Anthony Gordon. Definitely, I think those are the things that will force decisions of the team to say, okay, now it's time for you to go back to look for a job. You've done also, you've served us well, and good luck to him in his endeavors. He's been a fantastic coach for Newcastle. He's had his time with Bournemouth as well, so he's a fantastic coach. Definitely, he's going to get the club. As brilliant as he is, bad the FA Cup, he's not been able to rack up more trophies and all. But Newcastle definitely know what they want. They're looking for their new man. They've set their eyes on their target, and let's see what happens between now and the end of the transfer window.
All right, yes, just to get a correction right, thank you, producer. As the Carabao Cup, we're going to get that right. It's the Carabao Cup, not the FA Cup. All right, tomorrow it's going to be exciting because we're going to be talking about FIFA, looking for stakeholders. We're going to talk about that tomorrow.
And the new rules coming for Premier League next season.
We're going to be talking about that.
The Premier League is upon us.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks to go, and I can feel the buzz in my veins already.
Beautiful. All right, all of this and more right here on the show tomorrow. Want to urge you to please join us. But let me say a big thank you to the producer, to the crew, for making sure Dominion Sport remains on a global stage. But make sure you follow us for all premium entertainment right here on the go. Just hit the subscribe button. Till then, I see you on Friday. Stay blessed and bye for now.